coloring book.
Welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connections, and I have a surprise for you today. We've got a new guest. Melody Sykes from our trauma designated hospital is here today.
That's right.
And
We're
we are
level 3.
so glad to have you here, level 3.
Woohoo.
And I know with the holiday weekend coming up, you've got lots to share with folks about how they can stay safe.
Every year I get on my little bandwagon about the No Friday, which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow is No Friday,
That's
and
right.
I think the temperature is supposed to be in the 90s.
And the UV index will be extreme, which
Yeah.
means that you definitely need to slip, slap, and wrap.
Slip, slop, slap, and wrap. We go through this
Every year.
It's like,
And it doesn't get any better.
No, it doesn't.
So the slip part says you want to slip on a t-shirt,
Slip on a t-shirt, okay.
slap on some sunscreen,
Oh, lots of sunscreen.
slap on a hat,
Okay.
wrap on your sunglasses.
Wrap on your sunglasses.
It's
Protect
really
your
very
eyes.
easy. Just protect your body.
Yeah.
If you're going to be in the water, as soon as you come out of the water, even if you've put on waterproof sunscreen, you want to make sure that you put more on.
Yeah.
You always want to wear your sunglasses, especially around water,
Yeah.
because there's so much reflection. Or on the other side of the equator, if you want to be in snow.
Snow. Yeah, either way.
Which
wear
you
the
might
sun-
want to be
Yeah.
tomorrow. But it's probably not happening for us. We have this little campaign every year. It's always the Friday before Memorial Day.
Okay.
And this year we've kind of done a little coloring book for the kiddos, and it talks about each animal and how they protect themselves, like the pigs roll in mud, and
Oh, okay.
the meerkat has dark rings around his eyes and different things. So so those are in our ER. If you come to visit our ER and you have a child, you can come in and get a coloring book if you'd like.
Okay.
What I would like to tell you is about a little packing list that you need to think about if you're going to go to the lake or you're going to go to the beach or
Okay.
going to do. But
Or just plain be outside away from
if
the
you're
house.
just going to be in the
Okay.
sun, period.
All right. Tell
But
me
of course,
all
I have
about
to
it.
put my eyeballs on, you know, because they don't work too well without them. Some of the things that you just kind of want to pack and maybe keep in your car. A big hat, like a wide brimmed hat.
Okay.
Sunscreen, factor 30 or higher.
30 or higher.
30
okay.
or higher.
I never know. Each year they seem to change.
30 is really a good number. If you
Okay.
can go above 30, it's great. But if you have at least 30 and you wear, if you're reapplying every hour or so, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
People don't think about reapplying. They go out at 9 o'clock in the morning. They're out on the lake. They put their sunscreen on. They're done.
Yeah.
It's
like-
and then they're like, "Why did I burn? I had sunscreen on." Well, you didn't get off the water till 7 o'clock at night.
Sure. How often should you? What do they recommend?
They say about every hour.
Every
Because you
hour?
sweat
Really?
and you swim,
yeah.
and it leaves your body.
Okay.
So if you're putting it on every hour to 2 hours, then you have a better chance of actually protecting your skin.
Okay.
And my point of view is it's a lot easier to do that every hour, every 2 hours, than to have a melanoma removed.
Yes.
Or to have whole portions of your skin
Right.
removed because you've not taken good care of it.
Or you've got a sunburn beyond belief,
And you hurt.
Yeah.
And you hurt. Along with your sunscreen and your hat, you want to keep some sunglasses, and they need to be polarized and really good
Keep out
sunglasses.
those
They don't have
UV
to be
rays.
expensive, but they do need to be good and dark. Lip balm, chapstick, whatever you call it, an umbrella for the beach.
Yeah.
If you're out on the lake and you're out in the sun and there's no shade, you're not on one of the pavilions or something. If you just have a big beach umbrella, you can have a little bit of
Create your
shade for a
own.
little
Sure.
while. Yeah. And you don't think about this in the summertime, but what do they wear in the desert? They wear long sleeves and long pants. And if you're going to be out in the sun for a long, long time, you might want to think about that. Just keep a lightweight cotton button-up shirt or throw-over
something.
shirt, and
Yeah.
just pair slip-on, pajama pants or something that are lightweight enough to keep the sun off of you. And just make sure that you generously apply that sunscreen. Don't skimp. And make sure that when it's hot outside, you wear your clothing, wear your sunscreen, wear your hat, wear your sunglasses, and watch the UV index. And they'll tell that generally on the news, the weather. They'll tell you, and anything above a 9, you really, really want to make sure that you protect yourself.
Okay.
9 is high. Anything above 11 is extreme.
Oh, wow.
And if it's extreme, you really don't want to be out in it unprotected. So, and the best thing that you can do is just seek shade. Just don't be in the sun.
Make sure you stay hydrated.
That's
We were
right.
talking about
Drink
that a
the
little
water,
earlier.
drink the water, drink the water. What we do at Girl Scout camp, and you know my other life.
Yeah.
What we do at Girl Scout camp is every hour they have to have drank like 8 ounces, because they're out in it and they play in it, and we make them wear their caps and their sunscreen and stuff like that. But if you're going to be out in it, you need to be drinking at least 8 to 16 ounces every hour.
I think people forget, they've been inside for the better part of the months with school, working, that kind of thing, and here everybody, weekend warriors are heading out, not realizing that not only for the UV rays, but you're going to be more physically active than you normally are. Your body's going to be using that up.
And I know that we are Southern Magnolias, and we would like to say that we perspire or we steam a little bit, but we sweat. People say to me, I'll say, "Are you hydrating?" And they'll say, "Well, sure, yeah, I had a soda a while ago." No.
Yeah.
Soda will dehydrate you.
That actually flushes it out, doesn't it?
It does. It has caffeine in it, which is the same as taking, Lasix.
Yeah.
So drink a lot of water. So
there's just nothing better.
If you don't like water, put some Crystal Light in it. But drink your water.
Yeah.
That's just one of the best things that you can do for your body anyway.
Right.
Winter, spring, summer, fall. But during the summer, it's really a good way to treat yourself.
Yeah, and that's something we just don't always think about. We're so near to water. We're having fun. We've got our sunscreen on. We got the big hat. But a lot of people don't always remember.
Well, they're drinking that Diet Pepsi or that other beverage, that other adult beverage.
I don't think there's caffeine in that, though, is there?
No.
Maybe the hops. I don't know. Maybe it's all relevant.
Yeah. It doesn't hydrate you very well.
No. So, all right. So we've got the slip, slop, slap, and wrap. Every year she does this to me. And that's a great thing, especially this is a fun thing for kids and a great way for them to learn. And like you said, you've got coloring books, and they literally can stop by the ER.
It has a little story in it that tells about, they can stop by the ER and say, hey, I'd like to have one of those slip, slop, slap, and wrap coloring books, and if we don't have any right then, we'll get you one made up, because it's something that we actually produce ourselves, so it's not a big deal.
Okay. All right. So that's something you don't have to be coming to the ER as a patient. If you're by the hospital, stop in and you want to get one of these for the kids or your grandchildren, feel free to do so.
Really cute little story about Joe Larry, the magical cat, that starts out the coloring book.
All right, so. Joe Larry.
Joe Larry. You can tell he's from the South, right?
Yeah.
His 2 first names.
He's got 2 first names, absolutely. And I'm looking at this. This is put out by the United States Environmental Protection Agency.
It is. And they are the same people who actually do your UV index for you.
Oh, okay. All right.
And if you're really interested in this, and you perhaps want to educate your kids, or you have a group of kids that you want to educate, you can go to the EPA's website, and they'll show you how to pull up your state's your areas by your zip code UV index for the day.
That'd be real helpful.
It's very cool.
That'd be real helpful. I hope everybody's listening to that. Say that again, because the EPA website, can they download some items?
They can download everything that I've got here as far as the coloring book and the posters and stuff like that. If they want to educate their kids and get ready for next year for No Friday, it's always the Friday before Memorial Day, but
it's information they can use all summer long.
If they're planning to travel and they want to say they're going to Branson for the day. Okay. And they want to see what the UV index for Branson is going to be on that day, that morning they can get up and get to the EPA's website, and there is a tool there that lets you put in a zip code, and you can put in a zip code or city and state, and it'll show you the UV index for that day.
All right, so you really can be prepared so that it's a fun day, not a day where everybody ends up with those sunburns.
Whining and crying because they hurt. Mommy, so why am I burnt?
Yeah. All right. What else is going on at Trauma?
Well, I have to kind of brag a little bit about our Trauma Advisory Council. It's the North Central Arkansas Trauma Advisory Council, and that's all of the it's 13 counties in our region. And we have decided that there are 3 things that we want to target this year as a track, and that's what we call it, our track. One of the things being falls. We have a lot of admissions into the hospital from falls, so we're going to target that. We looked at all of the admissions across our region and targeted these 3 things. These were the 3 most prevalent things. Our number 1 thing is falls. Those are the emissions that we get.
Most of which are preventable.
Most of which are preventable. Second thing is distracted driving and drunk driving, any kind of motor vehicle injury like that. We're going to target that. And then the third thing that we're going to target is intentional injury. And that could be self-inflicted intentional injury, someone whooping up on somebody else, or just some different things. And one of the things that people don't think about being an intentional injury, and I just happen in my handy dandy folder to have some stuff about here, is bullying.
Okay.
Did you know that bullying leads to suicide in teens a lot, or preteens?
I have been reading more and more about that.
Yes, and it's a very, very scary.
Very insidious.
It is
very,
very
prevalent
frightening
throughout
to me.
the country.
You know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nieces and nephews just on my mom's side that are all under 18 that go to big schools, 2 of which who go to small school, but they go to a big school, and you know, there's a lot of gangs and things that are really bad that you worry about, but you don't think about bullying. I mean, everybody, when they were growing up, somebody knew a bully. Everybody's known a bully. But now it is getting so bad that kids are actually killing themselves over it. And maybe they were before and we just didn't know it, but the government is so concerned about it that there is a website by the government totally committed to bullying. It's called stopbullying.gov. And on this website is a whole lot of information, and I know we don't have enough time today for me to go through my
I'm going to have you back on the
pile
show to go back over all of this. And we'll do a whole segment on the bullying.
Types of bullying are verbal bullying, where you're name calling and teasing and talking about inappropriate things and threatening people. Social bullying, which is also referred to as relational bullying, which hurts someone's reputation or their relationship. You know, like leaving somebody out on purpose or telling other children not to be friends with someone, embarrassing people in public, that kind of thing. Physical bullying, which is actually hurting someone, pushing people around, hitting, kicking, spitting, tripping. And this happens at school, after school, on the playgrounds, in the parks, and on the internet.
I was going to say the internet, I would, from everything I've read and from those children,
that is called cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying. Right.
And why is it different? It's because it happens 24 hours a day. We are such a social networking society these days that even kids who are 12 and 13 years old have social media sites. And it can happen all the time, 24/7. And
there's no maturity.
There's no accountability, because they can post these things anonymously, and it's distributed. You think about when you post on Facebook, for instance, last night, I have a sister who lives in Texas, and I found the cutest picture of the Hulk wanting coffee and posted it on there. And within 10 minutes, there were like 20 replies to this. You know, this was my sister, and she knew I was teasing her in a fun kind of way. But had this been a school child that somebody had posted a really ugly picture like that on, just imagine how many of their classmates would have already seen that picture.
And the self-esteem issue would
horrible.
have been just diminished.
It's horrible.
So come back and talk to us about that, all right? I want to thank you, Melody, for, I know it is, and I know that you gave some great information today. It's a holiday weekend. Make sure.
That's right. We don't want to see you in the ER with sunburn.
Yes, exactly. Not for these reasons, no. So stay hydrated, put on a big hat, lots of sunscreen, check the UV index. What am I missing? Wear a t-shirt.
Wear a t-shirt. Slip, slop, slap, and wrap.
Yep. Slip, slop, slap, and wrap. I can't get it out that fast. Thank you so much for joining us today for BRMC's Healthy Connections, and we will see you again next time. Thanks.